Y'all, what's up? What's up? Good evening. Going live again because I'm gonna be busy this weekend. We're gonna be at the Connecticut Barber Expo, the biggest barber expo in the world. Gonna have the whole squad out there. I'm gonna vlog it for anybody who's new to my channel, new to me. Wait till you see what I've been doing for a living for the past decade. Wait till you see what I've been doing for a living for the past decade. Oh, I love the barber industry and CT Barber Expo, man. It reminds me of that. Y'all gonna see, man. I'm a vlog. I'm gonna actually vlog this show. I haven't vlogged it in a couple of years. This time I'm gonna vlog it. So I want the whole world, people that are outside of the barbering industry, um, I want y'all to be able to see what goes on because anytime like we bring some, let's say we hire a new um accountant like one time we hired a new CFO for one of our companies or for the portfolio companies, to be honest. And she came out and she was just shocked at how like how big the barbering industry is. Not just that, but like how much we've done for the barbering industry as a brand. You don't really know it until you go to these shows and you shake hands and you hear people's testimonials and all that. So I can't wait to show you guys, any of my new viewers, um, give you guys some exposure to that. All right, cool. Anyways, what's going on tonight, guys? How's everybody doing? Yo, so today, this whole week has been full of a lot of stuff going on, man. And the stock market has changed so much. I've been really trying to wrap my head around investing, although I've done pretty well this month. Right now it's not looking good. I've overextended myself, about to have a margin call. Um, which is cool. This remember when the course is available to you guys on this YouTube channel, and in that course I mentioned how the main money machine is your job. It's if it's your main thing, it's your job, man. Whether it's your business or you're self-employed or you got a W-2 job, it's the main thing. And so I would not start investing until the main thing is popping. Like focus all your time, your resources, invest in yourself. Make the main thing pop, man. I've been in and out of the stock market for over a decade probably because I was pouring all my money into my businesses. That was the stocks I was buying. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can buy stocks of yourself before because that's going to give you the best return on investment. Grab the low-hanging fruit first. You know, it's really nice to have businesses that pump out 7 figures in income every year. It's really, really nice. But it comes to a time where not that you're burned out, but it's going to take a lot of like, when do you start letting it grow on its own? And a lot of, you know, what I learned is that even though we built a really great team, there's been a lot of stuff that I just couldn't let go. And my team would try to put me on, and sometimes I would feel like, man, I'm not doing too much. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing it enough. And I would try to like have this I got this leadership, mindset. And I thought that meant put the company on your back and let's go. I'll do the marketing. I'll do the advertising. If it ain't gonna get done, and I'll do it, and nobody's gonna push the brands like my company's like I am on my YouTube channel. So I gotta be how long I'm gonna be a YouTuber for? Forever? That don't make any sense. And then you look around, there's so many great YouTubers that are now. When I became a YouTuber, it was to fill a gap in the industry. It was to be a solution. That solution's there now. And so like my job now is to support the guys who are doing it now, who are motivated, inspired, fired up, got way more energy than I got these days. I've been doing this shit for a decade, man. Um, And I used to think that was a bad thing, but now I'm realizing, bro, that's a great thing. There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, you're going to step back and not do so much work, but so much more will get done now because you're looking at a broader perspective. So what if I'm not the one posting the haircut tutorials? I'm letting 10 barbers at my shops, bro, get better on our platform and learn it. And they're going to get really, really good because there was a point in my life where I wasn't that good. I just wasn't on camera yet. And they're going to get really, really good, bro. And the Tune 45 YouTube channel is going to surpass anything I could have done on my own. But it took a while to let go of that. And even now it's like, damn, bro, am I letting people down? Am I letting the industry down? I'm not doing the YouTube thing no more. I'm not educating just barbering anymore. But I trust the industry's in good hands, bro. There's so many amazing young barbers. Now, I still gotta be involved. I still gotta mentor within the industry, but I'm trying to get people to the level that I got to when I was on YouTube. I was making like $13,000 a month from YouTube. I was making like $15,000 a month from the barbershop. Man, I started doing classes. I started doing my own tours, and we just started going to cities and teaching at salons, teaching at schools. You don't even have to teach other barbers, bro, and you can make money from teaching. And you don't even have to be international. You could just be doing the shit local if you're in a decent sized city. If you're in like Houston or San Francisco or Dallas, Atlanta, Tampa, Cleveland, like even the smaller cities, right? Like y'all can do that shit, bro. So like, why ain't I'm trying to be there for those guys because now there's gonna be a 1,000 Jeezys, 1,000 Bossios, 1,000 Josh OPs, 1,000. That's a rising tide. The industry gonna get so much bigger, so much more professional, and the barbershops and the schools are gonna be owned by people who care about the industry. And one day, y'all gonna have to step away from the chair too. And I want to be there to support people as well, but I want to support everybody, bro. I got family members that are business owners. I got clients at my barbershops that ask me questions all the time about business. You guys don't think, man, I got clients that I was cutting as a kid, as literally a kid, 12 years old, 11 years old. And today, they own their own business. I got some clients that I was cutting when they were kids that are my clients at my accounting firm now. It's crazy, bro. God's giving me more vision, bro. Like, I can't ignore that no more. And I used to beat myself up because I thought I was like doing something stupid. Why would I just stop pouring into the industry? The problem is that I was pouring the wrong way. I was trying to hold on to my spot. I had like a little bit of a scarcity mentality almost. And I'm like, bro, that ain't me. What's wrong with you? And this was during like, a dark time in my life. I lost my mother, I lost my brother, my brother-in-law, but that's my brother. Like, I've been with my wife 20 years old. I knew this kid when he was 5 years old. Like, think about that. I watched these kids grow. He was my little brother, and we were close, man. The whole family was very close. So anyways, going through dark times in my life, and thank God, bro, I found God. And I don't mean to get all, to me, it's not religious. I don't even see it as religious, bro. I just see it as, well, first off, I am a Christian. I do believe in Jesus Christ. I do believe he's our savior. I do believe he is God. I respect everybody's religion. Please don't be offended by my faith in God, right? You shouldn't be, and I'm not offended by your faith. even if you don't believe in God. I'm not offended. But I say all that to say, you know, I had to like really start talking to somebody. I had to start talking to God because there comes a point in time where you don't really, and I'm sure you guys could relate, you ain't got nobody to talk to. You might be the guy in your family tree, might be the only one that's thinking like this. I know I was. You got to be able to ask questions and get answers. Um, and I know I'm kind of like ranting and stuff. You guys know how my mind works at this point. If you've been here since day one, um, yeah, man. I just feel like I feel like I'm in the right place, and I'm just excited. I think all of the businesses are gonna grow like crazy. I'm coming to CT Barber Expo with a whole different lens on these days. Like I would be there and just be taught like can't even leave the booth. I need to go and get in the mix, you know. So Lewis said I knew therapy doesn't work. I don't know. What's up, Chu? How you doing, bro? Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, man. So yeah, if it's weird how I'm talking right now you might not be a barber, so I'm sure my barbers, they understood everything that I was ranting on. But anyways, let's react to some stuff, man. Let's see what's going on. I feel like I'm definitely newsed out. I need some food for my soul, bro. I need some personal development, bro. Mm, 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 mm. Feel like I've been nerding out for 72 hours straight, bro. Gotta take a break from that too. Mm, 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 mm. Market close. I want to watch some cool stories on some shit, man. Some inspirational shit. Mm. This is my first week at the shop. Any advice? I'm a six FB member. Also, I've been applying a lot. That's in the program. That's dope, man. Congrats. That's exciting, bro. I remember the first week too, bro. Like that's a big week. I would say number one. Um, bro, I would just count your blessings, bro. And that first dollar you make from a haircut, that first haircut money, I would keep it, bro. I wish I would have framed my first, at least a dollar from it if you get a single. I wish I would have kept that, bro. Um, and just have big belief, bro. Big belief. Don't let nobody kill your belief, bro, because there's gonna be a lot of belief killers in the barbering industry. It was a lot worse, I think, when I was coming up, but it still exists. And the reason why I know is because I mentor a lot of barbers. There's gonna be some challenges, man, and we're trying to share. If you're in the mentorship, we try to share with you guys all the challenges you're probably gonna face, and how to think about it. Um, a different perspective, because sometimes when you're in it, it's hard to see from a broader view how to deal with a certain situation and stuff. But bro, you got all the strategies you need. Believe that you can get it done, and just know there's gonna be some dream killers, and you just got to know it's for you, bro. It ain't for them to understand, you know. Good luck, bro. Excited for you. You got to let us know how it goes in your first week. You have to get a gamer chair for your back support for these lives. Man, you right. That's what it is. Damn, Don. This is my damn third chair. I'm like, man, what chair do I need? Because I'd be like, all right, that don't work. And then I'd be like this. But by the end of the night, man, my shit is hurting, boy. Don, you know all this stuff, bro. Do you watch like a lot of streaming? You still in Tampa? If so, you need to sit in on Myron Golden live in person. Yeah, I still live in Tampa. Myron Golden, man, I ain't ready for that. That's a big dog right there. Love his he's just a great speaker. Speak to everyone that he might be one of the best public speakers, bro. For sure. For sure. And I love a lot of them. Like I used to watch public speakers and motivational speakers and stuff all the time, bro. Matter of fact, we should watch one. Let me see who y'all think my favorite public speaker is. Motivational speaker. I don't know what you want to call them. I say public speakers because they just great at speaking, bro. They can talk about any topic. You notice they can talk about money. They can talk about God. They can talk about marriage and violence, whatever. They can talk about anything, bro. And they just so well spoken. I feel like Tyler Trotter has that gift in him. Yeah, speak to everyone that come in to make you a familiar person. Be a servant, bro. Be a servant leader in that barbershop, man. Just make sure people are taken care of, regardless if they're your clients or not. People really love that energy, bro. People want to gravitate towards that energy. You got to understand that the barbershop, for a lot of people, bro, there's going to be, I guarantee you, in 1 month, in any given month, there's going to be at least one person that walks into your shop that has gone through something catastrophic that day. You feel me? And the barbershop for some people is literally their safe space. Yo, I know that sounds weird. I know that sounds real, emotional or whatever, but dudes don't get to talk like this all the time, man. So I don't care. Like I don't need to impress nobody. I know what I got. I know I'm blessed. So I don't need to impress nobody. I'm telling you that the barbershop for some people, bro, is their fucking place, man. And you know the guys, bro. They literally hang out there. You know the guys. They show up often, consistently. Like they join the fucking excuse my language. They join the fantasy football teams. There's just guys, bro, that just. And then there's some that you don't know, but they've been loyal. They've been coming for freaking 5 years to you. And y'all don't really talk that much, but you talk enough. You probably talk with him more than he talks to a lot of people. You feel me? Like, understand that, because, bro, it's the reality. So just be that person, man, at the shop. Be that person at the shop. Man, your clientele is going to grow. I can't tell you how many barbers I have, bro. I have like close to 100 barbers that work at my shops. We have some of the most talented barbers. You don't think we have some talented freaking barbers that just don't want to be on social media, don't want to be on YouTube, that are better than me? And they just don't do it. Or they're okay with being on it, but that's just not their thing. They're not going to do it consistently. When they do it, they're amazing, but they just not going to do it consistently, man. Like, people got shit going on in life, in real life, Um, yeah, I'm sorry. I be going too deep sometimes, but bro, it's real, man. Like you can build clientele and suck at cutting hair. For real. Don't believe me? Bro, there's sports clips. Great clips. Them they got 5,000 stores in the United States of America between them two. You don't think people going there to get their hair cut? You can't cut you so somebody who has the equivalent skill set at Great Clips plus they give the full service, right? And don't act like Great Clips is and Sports Clips is cheap. It's still $30, $35 over there. I was making six figures when I was charging 18 and 23. And that goes with any business. That just goes with any business, bro. People love going to fancy, expensive restaurants. They just don't like going when the service sucks. When the food is just a damn show. Shit ain't even good. When the drinks are $25, but they water down sugary shit. People don't mind spending the money on great service, man. And I talked about the quality of the food and the drinks and stuff, but it's just effort, really. Cause like you can do an okay job and just put in a lot of effort and put in a lot of effort, bro. And I'm happy, and I'll come back. You guys might have a different opinion on that, and you're valid, bro. Your opinion's not wrong. Just know there's a market for everyone. There's a market for everyone, and there's a market that is good with sports clips. Think about that. There's a market, no offense to anybody, okay? There's a market that fits for Skechers. No diss. If you like Skechers, no diss. All right. I can't do Skechers, but I'll do some Brooks. I'll do some Asics. I'll do some New Balances. I just can't do Skechers. All right. No offense. There's a market. Okay. You're valid. Your opinion is valid. And if that's the type of, you got to ask yourself, are you sure you're the client that you want? And if you're the client that you would want, then you know exactly how to gain that clientele. You just got to get in front of as many people as you. You know what I'm saying? It's it's really not that hard, bro. But you're gonna do all right, man. You're gonna do all right. I know your house leveraging for the shops, but what's the story behind the brand though? What do you mean? The original Tune 45? Oh man, it's just a long story, bro. Um, that was my that was my product line. And man, that's the crazy. That's probably the most amazing business, the most amazing thing, besides my family, my kids, obviously. Probably the craziest accomplishment of my life, bro. Building Tune 45. It's just it's unreal. It's unreal. Like I just didn't even know better. But like let's watch this. Let's watch this. Let's watch this, bro. Cause there's no way I got this shit, bro. There's no way I have this. I forgot I got this. Bro, so it's I had opened a couple barbershops at my house, but I was still broke. I was still broke, and doing the YouTube thing, and I was making money, but I was still broke. And it wasn't that I was broke because I was like spending money on stupid shit. I made a lot of well, first off, I didn't have a good start in life. I talk about this all the time, bro. My I had family members that stole my identity while I was a kid and I didn't even know it. Like as soon as I graduated high school and I tried to go open a bank account, I got denied. Not a credit card, a bank account. Because my credit and my history with the banks was so bad. And I'm like, bro, what the hell did I do? I got student loans. you know? Um, so, as when I finally have a career as a barber, I gotta pay a lot of debt off. I'm trying to fix my credit score. I'm trying to fix shit, bro. I had my cars repoed because like I let my cars go because I said, bro, even if it takes 5 years to get this off my credit, I'm gonna pour everything that I make into fixing it. Everything that I make into building my cash, my wealth, my cash flow, so that when my credit is good, I can use it. Cause now I got cash. I got cash flow. I'm making real good money. I got the businesses going and stuff. Like all of these things I had to go through, and I teach this stuff. I give this information, Um, so, anyways, I said all that to say, bro, I started Tune 45 making shave gel in my kitchen. And it was a shitty ass shave gel at first. And I would test it with the barbers in my shops. And I went through a bunch of formulations and I finally got a good one. And I was learning cosmetic chemistry, bro. I was online learning. Same way I'm learning now and I'm sharing information with you guys. This is the type of stuff that I was doing to learn how to make this product. And I was making it in my kitchen. And then my business partners that were in the barbershop, they were like, bro, like, um, why are you making this shit in your kitchen? You're never gonna be able to build a business like that. I'm like, I know you're right, but I'm just figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. I gotta learn this shit. That's just the way I do shit. And then we just started scaling it. And I was like, we didn't think it was gonna blow up. I was on YouTube. I was doing this right here. So imagine I'm right here and I'm like, yo, guys, I want to go and go to these hair shows and barber expos and educate and teach. The same way I'm doing this. Let's say I was telling you guys I want to go to these business convention and I want to speak at them. I want to speak at these business conventions and I want to help entrepreneurs grow. And I want to be legitimately doing it. Like not no scammer, like not just a guy who created a course and got rich. Before I created a course, I had already built these businesses. And all of my content is actually me doing it, and like you can come to Tampa and see every single one of my businesses. You ever see somebody that's rich, but you can't find nothing about them? They say they got something, they got this, but like we've never seen it, but they do got the course. Um, Nah, like my last vlog, I took you to some barbershops and stuff. So, anyways, I'm getting off track. Um, bro, like I'm just like, hey guys, I want to go to these expos. I'm gonna write this book. Um, and I'm gonna go to the expo and I'm gonna sell this book, but I'm gonna be doing free classes at that expo for you guys to help y'all. People were just buying the shave gel, bro, to support me. I know that, thank you. Thank you. But I wasn't taking it for granted. What I started doing was putting all the money from the shave gel back into the business. And me and my partners, we was like, bro, we're gonna do some badass shit with this. We're just gonna keep putting it in to the business. None of us was making money. and we're just gonna come out with more products, but we're gonna come out with products that are gonna be actually adding value to the industry. That's gonna be our way of paying it back. We're gonna try to make some dope shit, not just make money. And so today, you know, that company at its peak almost did 8 figures in 1 year by itself. Almost. We almost got there. But this year has been insane because we just released our own clipper and trimmer, and we partnered with a multi-billion-dollar brand. If you've ever heard of Conair, they own Cuisinart, Babyliss, Conair. It's all a big company, private company, but it's worth billions. So we partnered with that company under the Babyliss brand. And you can consider it like the Jordan to Nike, you know what I mean? Like that. Bro, and so this has been our biggest year yet. This has been our biggest year yet. And it started with a shave gel, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's some shit that would have never thought. You know what I mean? Would have never thought. Anyways, yeah, I was looking for that video. Y'all gotta stop asking me to tell stories because I'm trash right now. I can't tell no story. Damn, bro. Man, I've come so fucking far. Excuse my language. This shit crazy. I don't even remember this shit sometimes. Man, bro. Look at this shit, bro. Check this out. I don't know if y'all can see it right here where my mouse is. The launch of a company by barbers for barbers. The starter tune 45 on the thumbnail. Hold on, we gotta watch this shit. Bro, look at your boy. Hold on, man. What the hell I'm saying? There we go.
It's the morning of the show. And I don't know, it hasn't really set in yet. We have a booth at the Orlando premiere. So I don't know when it's gonna set in, but I'm nervous, excited, all them feelings, all at once. Let's see how it goes. I think what I'm most nervous for is just my meeting numbers, you know, because a lot of money invested into the whole show and everything.
Man, so shut your ass up, what?
That's what I'm most nervous about. But super excited to see everybody there. Super excited to
now I know what it's like to be in the comments and just talking shit because it's so stupid. Look at this.
Meet everyone and, you know, put a face behind, you know, on everything. And I don't know, it hasn't really set in yet. Morning of the
Look at my wife, bro. Look at my wife.
It's the morning of the show.
My wife right there.
And, I don't know, it hasn't really set in yet.
Got a good woman, y'all. I got a good woman.
At the Orlando premiere. So I don't know when it's gonna set in, but I'm nervous, excited.
God is good, bro.
All them feelings, all at once. Let's see how it goes. I think what I'm most nervous for is the whole show.
Shut your ass up already.
How you doing?
Look.
The show starts. I'm nervous. This is gonna be crazy.
You weirdo.
Baby girl, you.
Look at our booth. Look at our booth. Yo, guys, that weekend we sold like 700 bottles, bro. It was crazy. I couldn't freaking believe it. I was like, oh yeah, we gonna do something with this.
Baby girl, you straight. No boo, baby, no more
Look at the booth.
Used to be a dog, but it's no more straight.
245. Very loco. You don't see him around no more. But he's still at headlines. He holding it down.
I know y'all shaving legs. You gotta jump on this shave gel right here. I'm gonna help you. I'll help y'all.
Like I said, our guys got real lives, bro. You know, not everybody can stay consistent with this shit. People got real lives. Look at JP. Man, got real lives, bro.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, if you're not at 245 right now, you gotta get here. He's about to shave the whole back of this man's head. No preparation, no hot towel. It's going down.
I hate watching this. All right, I'm done. I ain't watching this. But yeah, man, that goes to show you guys that Tomb 45, bro, was built straight from the bottom, bro. So the, you know,
this shave gel works. It's how
I just need to be able to speak like Myron Golden, and I might be able to do something. Nah, that's fine. That's fine. All right, let's listen. Is it public speaking? Let me see. What'd you guys say? Tony Robbins? No, hell no. No offense. No offense to Tony. I just think that walking on the fire and stuff like that, like that's, I don't know. It's not for me, bro. Let me see. Damn, there's some really good ones. I need ChatGPT to help me out. Cause I can't, for some reason I'm missing names. Oh, Les Brown. I didn't even have to, I caught that name. Y'all like Les Brown? Or y'all don't like Les Brown? But I don't, here we go. But I need something shorter. Here we go.
See, it's hard when you're 49 years old, been working on a job for 17 years, and they come in and tell you you're finished and give you 1 week severance pay. And you got to start all over again. It's hard when you're married and raising children and your children are crawling and your husband dies unexpectedly. It's hard handling just the tragedies of life. It's hard when you're working on something and you put everything you have in it and it doesn't work out. You lose your money and other people's money. It's hard. It was rough when I lost my job and I could not find a job. It was humiliating and embarrassing, borrowing money, and then I couldn't pay the money back when I told them I would. That's rough. How people look at you, how they respond to you. It's very hard. It's humiliating. Here's what I discovered that happens to you in life, that you will go through things, and while you're going through them, you can't understand why it's happening to you. But after you go through it, you get...
I like E.T. I can't do this right now, though, but it hit a lot harder back in the day, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I needed it sometimes, but right now I can't do it. Oh shit, David, that's dope, man. That's dope. So I better see you there then, bro. How is that area? How is Monterey? Yo, do you guys know who Ben Mala is? Tell me y'all know who Ben Mala is, bro. I love this guy, bro. He's from Tampa Bay. Bro, I love this guy. And his barber cuts his hair. Friend of mine, bro. Really cool. I've known this dude in the barber industry for forever. You know, I wouldn't say like we're not like friends like that. You know what I mean? But like it's always, it don't have to be. It's always love when I see the guy. Because we know, you know, he's busy. I'm busy. I've seen him come up and become such a successful barber, bro. And I love it, bro. There's so many dope barbers in Tampa. So many, man. And it's just love when we see each other, you know what I mean, at shows and stuff. And when I saw him, first I saw him cutting Ben Mala in one of his vlogs. And I hit him up right away, and I'm like, bro, that shit is dope, man. You cutting Ben? He's like, yeah, man, I got to cut him. Blah, blah. And then when I came out with my clippers and trimmers, this dude went out of his way And he was using my clippers and trimmers, bro, on the vlog. I'm like, yo, that's what's up. So I screenshotted it. I sent it to him. I was like, bro, this is. I put it on my stories. I was so proud of it. And you know, oh, here you go, right here. Look. This motherfucker. Hold on, I love this guy.
I'm stranded in the Bahamas.
Do y'all know who he is, bro?
Because of bad weather and almost out of cigarettes. And I need a haircut. So I told Brooklyn Mike, get on my jet.
I got him a carton and he said he wanted a haircut. I got Matt.
That's what Big Sir is? Oh, yeah, I can't wait to go over there. Damn, don't tell my wife. Yo, this is the barber right here. This is the barber right here, man. This is dope.
The barber here.
I'm gonna get his Instagram. I'm gonna pull it up.
We got Big Sam, Rafal. Big Sam.
Everybody want to be like Mike? Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's Mala. There it is.
Be careful getting on. We ain't got no insurance. If I can't go get a haircut, I'll bring the haircut to me. I only want one guy to cut my hair. That's Mr. Miyagi. Earned your pay, and now it's time to enjoy your life, okay? So these are conveniences that you should have.
Here you go, buddy. Look at that.
Look at that, baby. We're good for another 5 days. The problem is this. If I don't color the hair, then everybody thinks I'm Carla's grandfather.
Look, this is him right here. There it goes right there. Matt Canezzo. Look, I love this. I love this part.
Typically,
look.
something like this, getting flown out, changing all my appointments around, it'd be around $1,200. But today we'll do our regular. We'll do our regular.
I wasn't going to charge you for the plane ride. Here you go. Thanks a lot. And I'll let you know where I'll be in 2 weeks. You never know where you're going to have to go to cut my hair. That's the way it's going to be for the rest of my life.
Man,
I might call you from
I
Paris
hope you gave him
one
a
day.
stack, bro.
Aaron, make sure you either get back to the plane. Plane ride home. The barber had to leave and get back to the plane.
Let's go.
So I had to have my wife wash out the color.
Oh yeah, wash them out.
I love that, bro. Shit made me proud.
I'm going to kill you. You having too much fun?
Yo, anytime I'm traveling or I'm in a different part of town, or let's say we went to a restaurant or something and there's a barbershop in that plaza, sometimes I'm just gonna walk by and I'm just peeking and look at the stations. A lot of times they're closed, or because it's usually at night and stuff when we go to dinner. But or even when we're traveling, when we're on vacation, we usually really just be chilling in the resort and then we just go out at night. But I be looking inside the shop to see if my product's in there, and it don't be in there like how often I want it to be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Don, he's rich as hell, man. He's worth like $300 million. Bro. And this dude started with nothing. And what I really like about him, bro, is all of his boys are in the business, bro, and they hold their own. They're smart young men, married. All of them built their own wealth, obviously with the help of their father and like dad giving them loans and shit, but they do the work. The work is not easy. The money is not the problem. It's the work. The information's out there. You can't say you don't know how to do it. You can freaking learn it. And then you got to actually do it. But they got dad's money to fall back on. You think this man wants to lose $1 million, bro? He knows he's taking a risk for the better of his kid, but that's the end of their career. They lose this money. The hell? So anyways, let's keep watching it because this is.
I'm having a great time.
We're here on one of the islands in the Bahamas, Abacos, and we're gonna go out and check.
I love
it
when he
out
goes
and see
yacht
what's
shopping.
happening here. Maybe we'll find ourselves a good deal. A good deal, man. We fix it, we rent it, we sell it. We can make money anywhere.
Rafal, when I set up transportation and when Ben sets up transportation.
Abaco is beautiful. Blue waters, nice architecture. or what's left of it. In 2019, they got hit by a hurricane and wiped out most of the island. And over 5 years later, we can still see the destruction. But the island is rebuilding, and new houses and businesses are going up. We're in a typical fish fry.
Shit is dope. I just love their life, bro. It's dope as hell. Just a random question. I know you look at this. This is funny. I'm gonna give you an answer too. I'm gonna answer your question. So just a random question. I know you don't even cut hair anymore or even need to, but how much do you need to do a house call for a celebrity to fly out and everything? So I'm not lying. I can show you guys invoices and bank statements. I would just charge my day rate. And that would be, they got to pay for flight. They got to pay for hotel. I cover all my expenses while I'm there, which isn't much. It's my food, and I like to have a good time while I'm there. So I don't want to be on anybody's tab. I like to go eat at a nice restaurant. I like to experience the city, and usually I only have, I'll usually fly in that afternoon, late afternoon. So I only have like 5 o'clock to midnight, whatever, to look at the city. And then the next morning usually is the show. And then after that, I got some time. And usually that same day I'm flying out. So I'm only really there for not that long, right? But I still want to try. I do some research and I try to eat go make sure I eat at a local restaurant, try to do something like walk around or something, maybe do a jog that morning in that city. That's how I experience it. And if it looks dope, then I'll go back with my wife and my kids, or just my wife, and we'll make like a weekend getaway out of it. That's usually what I do. I know it's a lot, but I just like experiencing shit, bro. Especially while we're young, right? And we can. You never know. You can get hit by a bus tomorrow, guys. I'm always getting morbid. No, but it's usually that quick. And my day rate for anything, like I've done classes at a barbershop. I've done classes at a school. I've done conventions, hair shows, barber battles, where they want me to be part of the event. I've even done business ones. I've even done YouTube. YouTube flew me out and paid me. I've even done, with other companies. And my day rate's $5,000. It's $5,000. So, because it costs me so much, I'm losing a day. It costs me so much, and I know that seems weird and whatever, and it really doesn't. The business runs as is. I got an amazing team, but we say that because I don't need to go. Like, you taking me out of my world, out of my, you know what I mean? Everything is stopping where this is my world, and I got to step out of it and I know that sounds weird too. But maybe you guys understand what I'm saying and can say it better, chat. But, yeah, it's just, it is what it is, bro. And look, I feel the same way. If we've thought about bringing people in for EWP from not even a barber, like maybe Ben Malo would come and speak. I know he's probably gonna charge us 10 grand or something for the day. He's in demand. People want him there, and we're at this show. We're not gonna make no money, but he knows we've sold $60,000 in tickets, for example. There's revenues there. That's just how it is, bro. And that's why I say, bro, look, when before I even had a big name, like I had like 50,000 subscribers, I was doing my own tours. And there was some weekends where we didn't make no money. It was like a couple $1,000s, a few $1,000s after, like my boys got paid. I paid my guys. And usually it would be like me and two guys, me and one guy. Me and two guys, because one of the guys is organizing everything, the middleman, making sure, you know, everything's being communicated, because I'm thinking about the class. I'm focused on delivering what they're paying for. And you got a guy who's doing logistics pretty much. And then your other guy is, you know, he's helping you with the content, documenting it, recording, filming, or even, you know, assisting everybody, just assisting, you know, making sure everything gets done. And truly, we all did a little bit of everything. We just worked as a team, and we had like our core focuses, right? Dude, but then when it was a good weekend, make like 30 grand. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is, Angel, I know if I was in another industry, if I had 500,000 followers and I was in any other industry, I'd be charging 10, 15, 20,000, you know, for a convention or something like that. You know what I mean? But I will say this, when I do my own stuff, I do that to try to support these events, and really is giving back. I don't want to do any of them, even for 5,000. And chances are, the only way I'm gonna go cut a celebrity's hair or something is because I'm friends with them or something. You know what I mean? Like it's I'm not just gonna do that. Like if it's you just have to and I really don't want to, it's different. You know what I mean? I'm gonna charge a price where I want you to say no. But if you say yeah, all right, you know, fuck. But it's still like, damn. Yeah, you guys get it. All right, let's keep watching this.
Retail, new development here in Abacos. Okay, it's on a busy street. The guy took his land. He popped in all these places. Everybody's in here running their own business. He's got a 9-unit retail center right here, and he's making money, man. Look at that. You can add lobster for only $5. See, this is the thing. When you're a tourist, you got to come where the locals come. And look at the prices. They're a lot more reasonable than the big fancy resorts like Big Shot likes to go to.
Rafal, look at this, baby. Coney Island hot dogs, Ben, just like back in Brooklyn.
We're gonna have a New York hot dog in the Bahamas.
Yes.
Okay. Look at that. We're at Gourmet Dogs, baby. Having the biggest dog you ever seen. Look at what she's working with here. Keeping it simple. Oh, she's actually putting steak on it too? Yeah,
These are good questions, man. Yeah, Lewis. Yeah. Eblan says, speaking of paying for value, what is your continued education and how do you seek mentorship now, considering your career? You know, do you still attend workshops now? Oh yeah, I just got back from I spent way too much money. We don't do it all the time. We do it once a year, maybe. We do it like once a year. But we'll spend $20,000, $30,000 on a workshop. But it's gonna be like me and like 3 of our leaders, and we'll go. And this year we did, me, Dre, and Danny. We went to HermosesAcquisitions.com, a scaling workshop. We just wanted their opinion, man. We just wanted their opinion, and we wanted somebody from the outside looking in to try to polish the machine, bro. You know, like it's no different than LeBron James hiring a shooting coach. Remember when LeBron was working with was it Hakeem Olajuwon, helping him with the back to the basket moves? That was like legendary. Let me see if I could look it up. That was like legendary shit, man. Hold on. Like, it's no different. You need somebody to you might be missing a piece of the puzzle, man, or like a tool to your arsenal that just will make you that much better at business or that much better at marriage. That's why I also say, like, and I always go back to marriage and stuff, because it's literally the same mindset you have to have, right? You don't just think about marriage when it's not working well. You're supposed to be thinking about it when it's great too. And it's, you know, we and I'm not perfect at it either, but like, you got to be learning about it, asking God about it. You got to be making sure, you know, you keep up, you're consistent. Tomorrow, real talk, every Friday night we go on a date. We spend money and we go on a date. Tomorrow night we're going to this night spot. They're having like a hip hop night, not a hip hop night, but like a R&B. No, it's not even R&B. It's a reggaeton night. It's a reggaeton night. But this is like a really high end spot, so we were surprised that they would have reggaeton. So we're like, oh, we got to go. And then we're gonna do dinner before that. But my daughter has her first dance tomorrow. Oh my God, it's killing me. She's so excited. And my son got, you know, he's got basketball. So we got split up and then we're going to meet up for the night. But we do that shit every Friday night, bro. You got to be consistent. You got to be consistently working at your marriage, even like, because you can't just do it when you're motivated. You got to do it every night. I mean, every weekend. All right. So anyways, this is what I'm talking about. This shit is so dope. To me, this is legendary.
So dribble down.
Yeah. Like, LeBron is the best player in the NBA right there on the screen. He's already the best player in the NBA right there on the screen. So we went to the Hormozy workshop and we're like, bro, they might be able to just, we think we got this shit all figured out. We know we need to, like, we got plenty of room to grow into. But could we be doing it better? Could we be doing it faster? Could we be more efficient? Could we be even better? And one of the things that they said at the Hormozy workshop was, you know, because they were talking to us directly, because I love that they do little breakouts. It's a 2-day event and they do little breakout sessions. And this is for anyone who's making $1 million in revenues a year or more. Okay. That's what you're supposed to be making. I'm sure they let people in either way if they see potential. But at the same time, Hormozy and them, they've been known to like kind of run a tight ship, man. Like, they're not even their event is very well organized, and you know, they have their I think they have a spread where they allow their salespeople to, you know, give breaks and negotiate. Obviously, they do sales. But it's also not worth it if you're not doing $1 million a year or more or better, to be honest. This is continued education for like millionaires at the end of the day. For like, you should not be hiring Hakeem Olajuwon if you're playing college basketball. You know what I mean? Like, I know that, why not? You would get better because, bro, low hanging fruit. Like, there's people who will read the best book ever created and not get it and not like it because they weren't ready for it. Y'all know what my favorite book is, right? They weren't ready for it. It's the same thing with skipping Rick Pitino, skipping Division I big back to the basket coaches, skipping all these people and going straight to Hakeem. First off, Hakeem is not a coach. He's the best. He's one of the best to ever do it. But his perspective and how he teaches you is going to going to be absorbed better if you learn the fundamentals first. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. That's why I brought up this damn video. Legendary ass video right here, right here. They said, oh, Hakeem still got it. That's what's stunting my growth, man, in basketball, bro. Never had like I never did workouts like this. I literally played at the park against grown men and played and balled out in AAU. But I never did trainings and none of this shit, bro. And I still had Division I offers in basketball. And I still went on to play college basketball. I wish. I tell my son all the time, bro, don't take this for granted. Listen to the coaches, bro. Like, he's got an amazing coaching team. He does all this shit. I didn't get to do this stuff. I could have probably been so much better if I got to do stuff like this. So, and my son's getting nice, bro. He's getting nice. I'm excited for him. He's starting to develop it, you know. Hold up. What's your favorite book? Come on, man. The Bible, bro. The Bible. I'm telling you, every morning when we start our live streams, we do a daily devotional every morning. Well, not every morning, every first live. Sometimes I do them in the morning, sometimes lunchtime, sometimes at night, you know. I just do the shit random. I can't, like, my lifestyle, bro, the way I work, I can't, this ain't my job. It's just, I do this shit anyways, right? And if I'm gonna do this shit anyways, like, I'm gonna live stream it, and I'm not doing haircuts anymore, so I'm not really creating content like that. But barbers like this shit, and there's like, if I could have been, you know, watching live streams of like Al's Millions putting in work, of all the guys that I had looked up to when I was coming up as a barber, or even an entrepreneur. If I could you imagine? Not saying I'm anywhere near these guys, but in the barbering industry, I'm well known. For those who don't know about me, and my barbering, which I'm starting to see a lot more of an audience that doesn't know who I am, because I think YouTube has figured out that the 400,000 subscribers that I had, they're not interested in this shit, which is fine. I started with no views when I had 0 subscribers. You know what I mean? Like, and what's a blessing to me this time is that, you know, like, I'm good either way. So I can't just do 12 o'clock every day or a set schedule, because my lifestyle, my family, all that, it comes first. You know what I mean? So all right. But well, there was a question that you guys asked. Oh, but for the workshops and stuff, like, that's the shit that I do now. But dude, what I really do to get better at shit and to learn is exactly what I've been doing, is live streaming and listening to. You know how much I'm learning and doing this shit, bro? You know how much I'm learning doing this shit, keeping up with this stuff. Like, now it's easy for me to invest. Now it's easy for me to invest. I couldn't invest before because I was too in my business. That's all I was learning about. But like, then I started doing a bunch of stuff, and now I'm like spread thin because I have an accounting firm. I'm helping a trucking company. I'm doing all the paid ads. I'm mentoring barbers, but I'm also mentoring business owners and stuff. And I got friends and family and friends of families asking me for help. I'm fucking spread thin. And so the only way that I know I can help as many people as possible, like cast a wide net, because I got all these people that are asking for it, is to do shit like this, right? But that means we got to start small, but eventually this is going to benefit Pie Accounting, Tomb 45, you know, and all the barbers on my team that are trying to make money being educators, make money selling product, make money having 5 barbershops, 4 barbershops, 3 barbershops, make money investing in stocks, make money investing in real estate. I've done all this shit. Make money starting a business with a sibling, with their brother, with their sister, with their mom, with their dad. Make money with them because they have the skill sets to be able to run the ads, source the products, or lease the property and get the financing for the coffee machine. Them shit's like $30,000, you know? Like that's what we doing here, bro. And if you're a barber and you're still following my shit, bro, you are the community hub. You could fucking run for mayor if you want to one day. Everybody, if you barber the way I teach how to barber, bro, not just the fades, not just the quality of the cut, but the quality of holistic approach, the quality of the whole service, and the professionalism. Everybody in your city knows who you are. The hell? You a damn local celebrity. All right. But this is what I do, bro. And I just learn. I get better. And yeah, so the investment shit has been fun because I just feel like, I'm just putting pieces together and I'm realizing, bro, like I'm cut for this. What you mean? I just been so focused on stocks in my own companies that I own. But I can't, everybody don't want that. Everybody don't want the responsibilities of owning a business, of having a product. This shit is actually dope. To be able to make real money in the market, and you're owning a business, you're learning business, you know business. It's the same skill sets, except it's like a video game. It's digital. As weird as that sounds. Like I can still own businesses and make money from businesses and invest in stuff, put my money to work. But I don't have to create the systems. I don't have to do the service. I don't have to actually run the paid ads. I don't have to do the hiring, do the firing, build the culture, do the marketing, create the content, create the brand, pay the taxes, pay the payroll, pay the credit card bills. Weekly business meetings, regulation, haters, lawsuits. Bro, oh my God, who? Everybody don't want that. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm blessed. God is good. God, thank you for blessing me with these challenges. I prayed for this, and this is how you gave it to me. And I thank God, bro, that I made it through all that fire, bro, because I understand why people don't want to do this shit. But a simple business, bro, ain't nothing wrong with owning a coffee shop, for example, that clears $200,000 a year in EBITDA or shit in net income. Or let's say it's 400,000 in revenue and you're clearing 150, maybe, right? But you have a few employees, some high school kids, you know what I mean? Creating a job, nice service. And let's say you own the barbershop right next to it. And the barbershop's making you another 70, 80,000 a year. Just the shop from the booth rent. And then you cut hair 3 days a week. And you're making 100,000 a year doing that. Yes, you can. I know people who aren't barbers watching this are like, hell no, you can't. Yes, you can. Okay. I literally have shown, like, I'm telling you, you can. Hundreds and hundreds of barbers that are doing this. Guys, do the math on all that. You're in like the top 5% of income earners in America at that point. That tax bill is going to be ugly, but that's doable. That's doable. You don't got to build a big brand, a big product line, shit like that. Or just cut hair 5 days a week, make 150 to 200,000 a year. Yes, you can. Lots of barbers doing it with tax returns. Yes, you can. Don X is one of them. David Goska is one of them. Right here. These guys are doing it. Just you could do that, and then check this out. Build your stock portfolio. Build your stock portfolio. You know, if you're making 150,000 and you're living on half of that, or let's say you're living on 100,000 of the 150, and you put $50,000 and you invest it into the stock market with the right strategy. With the right strategy, you could be making, and you just do that for a few years. Next thing you know, you got 150,000 in there, 300,000, 500,000. In 5 years, you might have $500,000 in there. And you could possibly make another 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 15,000 a month if you get good at options, selling options for premiums, and if you get assigned selling covered calls. If you run that play, yeah, you can make some bread on 30-day expiration days. Hell yeah, you can make some bread. Like, you can get into the hundreds and hundreds of thousands a year just doing that shit. And cutting hair if you wanted to. But if you're not a barber, it could be, I know so many YouTubers, bro. There's YouTubers that are nurses and running this place, and they're millionaires. There's people who are firefighters doing this shit, and they're millionaires, and they don't own any businesses. That's, do your thing, bro. So I wish I would have, I'm happy I didn't, because I'm happy I didn't know about this shit like to this level back then, because I was too busy doing exactly what I should have been paying attention to, because either way I did really well for myself, right? But looking back, I know I would have been successful regardless, because I would have went one or two of these directions. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying that this right here is a lot less stressful, in my opinion. As long as you have a great paying job or a stable income and you're not overextending yourself, You are playing, you are the house, you are the casino. When you're selling puts, you are selling insurance to people. And you're collecting a premium. And if it's a great company, the worst thing that can happen is you are now assigned those shares. You have to buy those shares. That's the worst thing that could happen. That's why you only sell puts on companies you actually like. And you only use money you don't need. And that's why the main focus should always be make sure you got a good job. Whether that's your own business, you're self-employed, or you have a W-2. Just make sure you have a good job and just live below your means. Do that for an extended period of time while you're making a lot of money doing these plays. And then we can literally just put it in to something safe. You know, don't take any more risk if you don't want to. Live off of that, you know, like. Anyways, let's keep doing this shit. I don't want to see no damn news. So like I'll click on a tab like this. I'll just watch shit. Like I'll watch what Tom Lee has to say, what Kramer has to say, and then I'll use ChatGPT and I'll ask questions. And then if I hear like a book recommendation and any of the shit that I watch here, I'll go and watch it, or I'll go and read it. And then if I learn of a workshop from like like I remember the first time I learned about the workshop through one of these videos. I'm like, all right, you know what? I think this is the one I'm gonna do this year. You know? Shit, I watched Dave Ramsey, and I don't agree with a lot of the Dave Ramsey stuff, but I agree with a lot of it too. I don't agree with a lot of it, but I agree with a lot of it too. And some of this shit, all these analysts have different opinions. All of them do. It's not to agree with one or the other. It's to come up with your own conclusion. That's how you get better. And then when you go and you actually do your own research on these companies, you have a broader perspective. It widens your perspective. You know, Warren Buffett said he would never buy Nike. But then I heard about the Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman bought calls on Nike. Everybody thought he sold his shares, but what he did was he just swapped them for calls. And they're 3 years out. So he's betting heavily on Nike. And Warren Buffett don't like it. But then I'm looking at it like, I know Warren Buffett and Bill Ackman. I know Warren Buffett. He don't really get it, bro. Ain't no way. You think Warren Buffett get it when it comes to Nike? Like, Hoka has taken some market share. So has OnCloud. So has Puma. New Balance. Everybody's fucking it up right now. Excuse my language. But Nike, that is always cyclical. You don't remember that season when AND1 took market share, Nike, Dada took market share. What was those Funk Master Flexes? Lugs took. Lugs did take market share because people were actually buying lugs over Forces, for example. I don't know about you guys, but the school I went to, you got about 1 or 2 pair of shoes for that school year. You know, so when I was seeing a whole lot of lugs, I knew they picked those over some Nikes, you know, because they got about 1 or 2 more pairs. You guys remember those seasons come and go. I think 3 years from now, Nike comes back out on top, I think. It's always like it's really always between Adidas and Nike. These new brands pop up and then they go bankrupt. Or they get bought. Or they go to Walmart, right? There's running shoes that went to Walmart that used to be brands I just seen. Troops or whatever was at Walmart. and won. Reebok is at Walmart now. Now, I will say Walmart's been rebranding, trying to get better brands and stuff. But I still feel like that it has that bad connotation, though. Yeah. But then Under Armour is doing horrible, right? Isn't Under Armour doing terrible? Remember how big they got? They're already about to be in Walmart. Shit. If they keep this going. I love this guy right here.
The first thing an investor ought to ask themselves before they buy a stock, even before we get to price and so on, is
RBX, yeah.
Buying a stock is a far more complicated activity than most people seem to think. So what's happened with the development of markets is on a smartphone or a tablet or a laptop, we can in seconds buy one of thousands of companies. And there's no effort required to buy a stock, no effort required to sell a stock. But in order to do well, one really needs to understand the underlying business and to have a point of view on kind of where that is versus the market capitalization. So I'll give you an example. Many times in the US, like I'll go to my health club, for example, and one of the members will ask me, hey, Monish, should I buy Apple? Should I buy Apple stock? And I turn the question around to them. I say, hey, John, what's the market cap of Apple? And they look at me with a puzzled look. They said, the stock is at 170.
Not the same with Target, I don't think.
I said, no. What is the market capitalization? And they don't know. Okay, so.
But that's also part of why Target is struggling. Because Target be trying to do nice shit. And it's not sustainable. You need like real heavy volumes. I feel like. Because Target, I think Target's struggling. I gotta look up. Let's look at their financials after. Actually, we can do it now. I don't know if y'all paying attention to Monish, but Monish is the guy. I love his book, The Dondo Investor. Amazing book. Let's look at Target. All right, so it's at $97 a share right now. Cash, debt, it's got a lot of debt, $14 billion in debt. It's got about $5 billion, just for easy math, in cash. But let's see what its EBITDA is. 1.6 billion. They got a lot of debt. Net income 1.1 billion. I don't like that. That's a lot of debt. I usually like the debt to be paid. Like you got to be able to pay it off with your cash flow and the cash you have. You got to be able to pay this off in 3 to 5 years minimum. Like 5 years being, it's got to be a really good company with a lot of promise. 3 years should be like the conservative number. And I know that sounds crazy, but you gotta remember, these are companies that are capable of it. They're so big, you know what I mean? And their stock is down quite a bit. Year to date, down 30%, guys. Year to date. Let's see what it is for the last year. Oh yeah. It's down bad, like 40% for the year. Oh my goodness. Anyone who bought Target in 2021, they hate life right now. Whoa. Come on. This ain't worth 97. How did it go down from 266 to 97? 95. No, 97. Damn. PE ratio of 10.9. It's still paying a nice dividend. It's a grow, but look at the revenues. The revenues are growing. But people got excited in 2021. But it kept growing every year. Must have missed earnings. Quarterly. Yeah, it's been really stagnant, it looks like. It's profitable. It's got free cash flow. Got a lot of free cash flow. But man, it's a lot of debt. It's buying back shares. It's buying back shares. What's wrong with this company? $20 billion in operating cost. Yes. Is it firing people? It grew in employees. Why is this company so bad? But it's like it's been bad since it's been going down for 3 years straight. So financial performance, this is their transcripts for Q4. Q1 isn't out yet. Target reported a 1.5% increase in fourth quarter comparable sales, with full year net sales growing by 1% over 2023 despite volatility. Full year EPS grew by about 3%, missing the prior year benchmark primarily due to the lack of the 53rd week. The company saw strong growth in its digital segment, especially in same-day services and Target Plus Marketplace. But did it miss earnings? All right, I got to ChatGPT this because the financials look decent. I got to, what's the value of the company, obviously. Let's see what. The backlash contributed to 12.4 billion market loss value at February because of DEI. Damn. That protesting works. But does it work? What is Target doing? Are they sticking to their guns? This too shall pass, or are they giving in to the protest? I ain't got no dog in the fight. Don't nobody cancel me, please. I ain't. Not that I don't want people to be happy. I want everybody to be happy. I just want people to be happy. Okay? Just leave me out of it. I'm messing. All right. Man, I love this. I love ChatGPT. Estimates the intrinsic value between $138 to $157 a share. Right now it's at 97. And they're using all kinds of different models to tell you the valuation. I love this damn Chat GPT. I freaking love it. Making me the damn best investor of all time. I'm messing. But guys, like in 2025, the fact that this is available, I used to have to damn study DVDs, man. I'm sick of this shit. I'm old, bro. So highlighting strengths like digital strategy, exclusive brand offerings, store investments, and opportunities. Arriving. All right. Why is the stock price down so low? Let's see what it comes up with. This is how I learn, guys. This is what I do. They gave in, but it didn't work. What? Come on, man. Y'all don't think that's OD, bro? Look, I love ya. I love everybody. But I started getting tired of walking into Target and the first thing you see every time is some shit, man. Do I invest in crypto? Yeah, of course. Bitcoin and XRP. And I got a little bit of Trump coin just in case, you know. Definitely gonna get out before he's out of presidency. I'm just trying to ride that wave, you know. Oh, what else do I got? I got Dogecoin. I gotta keep some Dogecoin. I made like 35 bands in like a month because of Dogecoin. Lucky as shit. Bro, the craziest story, all my close friends know about this story. And y'all might have heard this before too. Me and Danny put $13,000 to combine. We went 50-50 on it. We put 13 grand into Shiba and we was gonna split it. We could have done it on our own and stuff, but we just do that shit because he's busy doing this. I'm busy doing this. And at that point in time, I think I had time to do it, but there's been times he's invested for me and we just do it. We just do it together. Cause I'm in the shop cutting and he's free. You know what I mean? Like we just hold it down like that. But bro, we put 13 grand into Shiba. And that thing ran up to like 35, 40 or some shit like that. So we sold it. We got excited. We sold it. Bro, maybe like 30 days later, I did the math. That shit would have been like $200 million, that 13 grand. Because Shiba ran up so crazy after that. Insane. So, but we sold super early. But that's meme coins, bro. Like, you got to be an insider. You got to know. And shortly after that, what happened? Right? Yeah, look at this. So you guys are right. DEI policy rollback. Man, I'm about to buy some Target, bro. What are we talking about here? That's coming up. That's coming back. This decision sparked widespread criticism, led 40-day consumer boycott. Damn, they got their ass whooped. Holy smokes, 40-day consumer boycott. And it was effective like that. They got their ass whooped. And I didn't even see MAGA going hard for Target because Target ain't their type of place. Yo, I ain't even trying to diss Matt. I don't want no problems with MAGA, bro. It's funny because you got the race war in X right now, where you got the extreme white people donating like crazy for the racist lady who called a damn autistic kid. I don't even. There's all kinds of rumors of what. All I know is he definitely was a kid, and I don't care if he was still out your back. He was a fucking kid. You don't call a fucking kid a slur. Are you psycho, woman? My wife would have whooped your ass. Forget exposing, would have whooped your ass. And what white people would have been donating to the white lady? She didn't get what she deserved. What's wrong with y'all, man? Look, you're full of shit talking about is free speech. You're full of shit. The lady's not getting arrested. She ain't getting her kids taken away. This is just culture. This is just culture. Because where the hell y'all at for Target? Target's getting their asses whooped. They getting their asses whooped right now. And it's like, to me, it's like listening to people, like seeing Kanye with the swastika, bro. It is crazy. And I had Kanye's back to the end, bro. But this one, can't do it, Kanye. Kanye, you lost your marbles, bro. Me and my wife used to argue about the whole, he don't want Kim dressing like that, man. Like, I wouldn't want you out there half naked either, like, I get it. What happened? Because do you see how he has his woman dressing? He literally is just going opposite. And then he started talking shit about Jesus. He literally is just doing the opposite of righteousness. It's just as crazy as the N-word. No, I'm not donating to Kanye. Did you see his record sales? He just dropped a new album and it did 8,000. It did 8,000 copies. Bro. Same people, they can see crazy and just call it crazy. There's no agenda. There's no, you guys are donating to Carmelo Anthony, so we're going to donate to her. I'm not donating to Carmelo Anthony either. Now, I haven't really looked at that case like that. I did react. The other one is the kid who got shot by the police, running from the police, and then the dad killed the retired police officer. That one I did watch. And that one was crazy. I ain't donating to that. No, the father was wrong. No. I can call it what it is. And if you donate to this lady, you're crazy. All right? I don't give a damn. But again, where the hell are y'all at for Target? Decline in foot traffic and sales. The consumer boycott, man. The data shows Target experienced an 8% year-over-year drop in foot traffic. How the hell they even know that? That's awesome. For the week beginning March 31st. Who got that information? Because I know Target did not just alley-oop that data that nobody expects them to know. I'm not in the retail space, so maybe that is a data that everybody's supposed to know, but that's crazy data from my perspective. Shit. This sustained decrease in customer visits. Yeah, okay. But the numbers look good. The financials look good. It looks like a healthy company besides the debt. The debt is rough. But at the same time, I need to be able to compare that debt to similar companies, similar stocks. I need to see what Walmart's debt is. What, I don't know, maybe Costco, Sam's Club, those companies. Even though they're a little bit different target audience or whatever, they're similar enough. We need to see what kind of debt they got, right? Because there's some industries that make sense, like tech. a lot of upcoming tech companies, not the Mag 7 obviously, but a lot of upcoming tech companies, they tend to have a lot of debt. R&D, sometimes they're not profitable, you know, yet, but they have a lot of promise, a lot of growth expected. They said the pressures of tariffs ain't going to help. Competitive disadvantages. And the weakening consumer appeal. Investor sentiment didn't help. So it was a little bit of a perfect storm. Target's going to get out of it. 100%. 100% Target's getting out of this. Like, I get Costco's a tank. And I don't know if it's worth, I don't know the I haven't looked at the data or the financials for Costco or its valuation. But Target is one of those plays that might be a value play. It might be one of those plays where, you know, you got to look at the storm that's ahead of you. With we're not quite out of the trade war. We do like the peace talks in the Middle East, and we do like that the China negotiations got a little less aggressive, but nothing's been closed there. There are a lot of positive signs, though. CPI came out better than expected. PPI came out better than expected. Retail sales came out better than expected as an economy. And so there's a lot of good signs. Target, as long as the economy is good, Target's going to figure it out. Without a doubt, 100%. 100%. It's just how long is it going to take? And so you got to look at what the forecast out there looks like, and think probably not going to happen June, probably not going to happen July. You know, we had the tax cuts. That bill needs to pass. That's a good sign for the economy. If all those things come into play, maybe July it starts really growing. So you probably want to get in. Yeah, you probably want to start dollar cost averaging or positioning yourself, because I could see Target turning around. Let's see. Because it's been 6 months, 7 months it's been like this. 7 months it's been like this. But it can get back up to, you know, maybe it doesn't get back up to 160 or all-time. What's the 5-year? Damn. Probably not going to get up to all-time highs, don't get me wrong. But it could get up to these numbers, which is your 150s. And even if it doesn't get to 150, it can get up to 140-ish, like in this area, like 130. It can get to 130. So, you know, you make a 30% profit in the next 6 months to a year. Best case scenario, that mug booms, gets to 160. Booms, get to all-time highs. You know, best case scenario. But here remains the problem. You only have so much money, so there's an opportunity cost. Can you get a better return on your investment with a different stock? Because you're not Warren Buffett, bro. Warren Buffett, he can't put his money into one company. He'd have to buy the whole company. That's way too focused. He can't put it in 2 or 3. Like, and he can't buy it. He's not going to go put all his money into one stock that he can't buy. You know what I'm saying? But like, what is Target's market cap? Let me see. Yeah, Warren Buffett, you guys know he can buy Target. He can buy the entire company and still have a shit ton of money left. Let's see. How much money does Warren Buffett manage? And I know he's retired now, so I hope he look at this. 1.1 trillion. 1.1 trillion. That's the company that Warren Buffett owns, that he started. Not started, but he bought the whole company and he turned it around. Today he owns 15% of it because obviously he's been selling shares of it. But he's worth 150 billion by himself. By himself, just his own personal money, he can buy Target. But Berkshire Hathaway can buy Target and it not even make a dent. This is why investors like us have an advantage. There comes a point when you become too like Warren Buffett, too big, and you can't move. You can't buy the obvious ones. And Warren Buffett still has made 20% for like the last 50 years. You just spend some time, bro, and you could probably do good just with individual stocks. But it ain't for everybody. You gotta know your shit. Disney is like it too. I think that just announced a new park in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, Disney too. It ain't going nowhere. But how long is it gonna take? And can you make more money somewhere else? That's why Nvidia is attractive. People ain't going. I don't think people are gonna stay in that thing forever because it might 10x. It might be the first $10 trillion company. How long is that going to take? Because there's companies the size, maybe not Target, maybe not, but like Palantir, for example, and it might be overvalued right now, but Palantir, for example, is a heavily talked about company, and the reason why is because of the if it can accomplish and survive and accomplish what it set out to do and doesn't get disrupted and doesn't mess up, Palantir can be the leader of AI or one of the leaders of AI. And if AI becomes as big as an industry as we think it can be, like, you know, people talk shit about apps for the longest time, social media for the longest time. They don't make money. They don't make money. They talk shit about Amazon for the longest time. Yeah, but it doesn't make money. It's not, they can't find a way to make it profitable. Bro, they're going to find a way. There are billions of people who use it. Advertising. Like, there's always a way. It ain't gonna be memberships. Oh, we want to grow it. Now we can do memberships. And people are doing it. I pay for the damn check box on X and fucking Instagram. Damn it. They got me. But Palantir could be that company. If you look at Palantir, it has a market cap of $302 billion. What if this company becomes so big that it becomes a $3 trillion? When Nvidia becomes 10 trillion, this one becomes a 3 trillion. You 3x'd with Nvidia, but this one you 10x'd, right? Like, I might have done bad math. I don't freaking know. Okay. I'm not the smartest crayon in the box. I just be trying to figure shit out. So maybe Palantir is the better move. There's always an opportunity cost, but Palantir is probably riskier, right? But what I've been doing, like, if you go learn my stock strategy, it doesn't even matter. I just buy the companies I'm happy to hold. I'm not trying to find the best stock and all that. And the reason why is because I already make great money. So I can fund my account. A lot of people who they're trying to find the next 10x, 100x, 50x, 20x, It's because that's how they're building up their portfolio. That's the best way that they can build their portfolio. But if you're making 200,000 a year, living on 100, the best way you can build your portfolio is putting 100 grand every year into that damn portfolio. Putting it in a couple indexes, earn your 20%, 17%, 15%, because you're being a little bit more aggressive. You're doing the QQQs. Maybe you're doing a VTI. I don't know. Those aren't that but there's growth ETFs as well. Like there's different types of ETFs if you want to be more aggressive. And then sell puts. And then run the wheel. Earn cash flow from the 300, and then it turns into 500, and then $1 million. And now you're earning cash flow on $1 million in your portfolio. Plus, you make great money at your job. And if you just hate your job, then leave. But I can tell you this, when you retire, what are you going to do? Why don't you just create the lifestyle that gives you the lifestyle you want? That's kind of what I'm doing right now, guys. Like there's people that a lot of people love their jobs. Imagine if you can do your job, you love it, you can do it the way you like to do it, and you don't need the money. And you don't need to budget. You can eat out every night if you want to. You can take a vacation every couple months, every few months if you want to. Do weekend getaways if you want to, whenever. That's a good life. Like that shit is possible with these strategies. Go take the course, man. It's free. It's on my YouTube channel. All right, I'm rambling a bunch. So yeah, I like so Target's cool, Walmart's cool. But that's kind of the mindset you have to have when you're looking at all this stuff. And so for most of you guys, you don't have the time to do this shit. You don't have the time to do this shit. If you're smart and you're focused on your main gig, you don't have the time to do all this research. That's why I like my investing strategy. And I learned some shit from Joseph Carlson. I can't remember his name for some reason. For me, is so hard to remember. The creator of Qualtrim, this guy. Okay, I learned a bunch from Invest with Brandon. I learned a bunch from this is guy, man, Jewish guy, amazing. I learned a bunch from Monesh Prabhai, from Warren Buffett. Bro, I learned a bunch from all these people, and I can tell you, I love, especially what Invest with Brandon teaches, and what the Jewish guy teaches. But I didn't know, like I would have seen this if I didn't see it in the order that I saw it. I wouldn't have been ready to receive the information from these two guys that put me on to selling puts and stuff, because I wouldn't have got the value of it. Tesla, yeah. Oh, I've been loving Tesla. Like I've made a lot of money off Tesla through the years. Tesla's been amazing. And everybody always hates on it. And it has its little seasons, but it always comes back. Bro, I need to buy a gaming chair, bro. Damn, Don. I'm about to order one of them shits right now. What time is damn? It's 12:30. Who won? The Thunder or the Nuggets? All right, let's listen to I like this guy. He's quirky. But anytime somebody, people love Tom Lee. For the life of me, I was looking up Tom Lee, bro. I don't know who the hell he is. I've tried to do my research on this guy. And there's not really a lot of like information about him, but every YouTuber that's in this space that likes to invest, bro, they all talk about him. They love this guy. So Let's watch what, and I like Zip Trader. Zip Trader, he's entertaining to watch. Let's check him out.
Just 6 weeks ago, President Trump's liquidation day back in early April sent stocks into a tailspin. But guess what? One GOAT strategist, didn't flinch. While others were predicting doom and endless gloom, FundStrat's Tom Lee held firm, telling investors to stay the course because the long-term trend would be incredibly bullish. He even boldly insisted that markets would hit new highs this year. It sounded contrarian, even crazy at the time, yet here we are now witnessing one of the fastest stock recoveries.
Bro, and people still think I think we're gonna see another drop. But I do think by the end of the year, we will have all-time highs. That's what I do believe that by the end of the year. But I think July, maybe end of June, mid-June, into July, maybe the summertime is going to be interesting. The whole summer is going to be interesting. Going into the beginning of fall, and then probably by wintertime, things are going to start looking good again, and we'll be at all-time highs. That's what I think is going to happen. So y'all can quote me on that, and let's see if I was anywhere near right. And I hope it just keeps going up. But either way, I don't want to go be a down year. It ain't gonna be a down year, I don't think. Let's see.
Recoveries in history. Stocks have nearly erased all of the drop, are green on the year, and the S&P 500 is charging back toward record levels. How did Tom Lee see?
Bro, and I told y'all when we was here, I told y'all, man, start doubling down. Man, I'm buying, bro. Start doubling down. Man, I'm buying. Start doubling down. Man, I'm buying. Look at this. Look at this.
Green on the year, and the S&P 500 is charging back toward record levels. How did Tom Lee see this coming, and what does he see coming next? We're going to break that all down for you. Now, we went through countless Tom Lee interviews, media postings, and his firm's press releases to make today's video possible. And if you appreciate all this, the only thing we ask in return is that you hit that like button and also subscribe, because it tells YouTube to push this video out to more folks. And as always, if you are the one taking the ultimate risk, you got to be the one doing the ultimate frisk. Lots of people get real risky, but they don't do their frisky, and vice versa. Okay, let's get started here. So, Tom Lee originally predicted that markets would bottom on Liberation Day / Liquidation Day, April 2nd, when Trump...
I don't even want to take his video. I feel like y'all should just go watch his video if you want to. But if you never heard of Tom Lee, he's interesting to watch. Let's just go watch one of Tom Lee's videos. This was from 3 days ago. I just feel like I'm too ahead of that. I already talked about that. I need something from today, brother. Look, see how many people react to him? Yeah, I'm not going. They're probably all reacting to this one right here, right? This one's 3 days ago. This is his actual fund. So that's why he's got. I wonder how good his fund performs. All right, let's watch this.
Trump also signed an executive, or announced he's going to sign an executive order on Monday, and in this case, it's to reduce prescription drug and pharmaceutical prices by 30 to 80%, and institute something called a most favored nation status, where the U.S. will pay the same price as the country that pays the lowest price anywhere in the world. Now, what does this actually mean? It probably means that if this goes through, there will be an adjustment to drug prices. Probably prices have to go up through the rest of the world, but they'll drop in the U.S. For instance, this is from the NIH, and you can see that for the same U.S. Customer, they're paying somewhere 3 to 4 times more for the same drug as it's sold, whether it's sold in Canada, Germany, France, Italy, Japan.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Bro, I didn't know this. Like, I think there's not a lot of it's because there's not a lot of transparency with pharmaceutical companies, with health insurance companies, with hospitals. Biden pushed for more transparency. I think it was Biden or it was Obama, one of them two, pushed for more transparency. Trump really got more transparency right now. He's on their heads right now. Bro, he's putting all this type of data out there. Like, why the hell? And this data was already out there, but the whole world's watching everything this dude is doing. It doesn't matter if you no matter what you're into, you could not even watch the news ever, and you still gonna hear about Trump. So him talking about how we pay 5 to 10 times more than the richest other countries for medicine just because we can afford it. But not everybody can. There's some people left behind, right? People that are dying because they're getting left behind because of this stupid thing. And Trump is like, bro, we have to be paying the same as everybody else. And their reason for it was that, these are American companies and they have to pay for research and development. And so in order for these other countries, they're not going to buy it. So for us to be able to continue to export to these other countries, it's just America kind of foots the bill for the research and development for access to the best medicines. But then Trump's like, so why the hell are we subsidizing with American tax dollars your research and development? And then when we look at your numbers, R&D ain't that much of your profit. It isn't taking up that much. You're still super profitable. And even if you took on R&D, you'd still be super profitable. What are we doing?